Is it even really that scary? I'm telling you guys, these three things are so powerful. You're going to be completely unstoppable. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. My name is Celeste Elise, and I make videos to help you reach your full potential. So today's video is all about how to take your power back. I'm going to teach you how to own your insecurities, how to use this newfound power for good, and then how to find peace in any situation possible. When you do this, your entire life will change. I can guarantee you. It's going to get to the point where you're not even going to know what to do with the power that you have. So let's start off with the first. And this is going to take a little bit of self reflection. And I'm going to say this up front. When you listen to these ideas and you start practicing them, incorporating them into your day to day life, make sure that you have good people around you. I mean, a solid support system. So, whether or not that's your family, your friends, your YouTubers, or different creators that you go to for advice and support, church, God, yoga, any of those things, because things are going to get scary when you start picking at your own insecurities, guys. What I'm asking you to do is probably your nightmare. So make sure before you dive in and do these things that you have some sort of coping mechanism, a positive coping mechanism to get you through this. And what I mean by own your insecurities is what people use to take your power away from you. It's what people use to get under your skin intentionally or unintentionally. Your insecurities are what you are triggered by. So for me, for example, I have big teeth. I've had big teeth my entire life. I used to have even more teeth in my mouth now. Like you can tell. Right now as an adult, I think it's a great thing. It's probably my biggest insecurity, but also my biggest or my favorite compliment to get now that I had braces. But let me tell you guys, with these big teeth, I also had buck teeth. I used to suck my thumb as a child. And on top of that, I had two additional teeth on top and two additional teeth on the bottom. So even before I could go in for braces, they had to remove four teeth and then move all of my teeth around. So just imagine this big mouth with braces on top of that. I mean, I literally used to just like try to close my mouth with my lips. I literally can't even after braces now. I used to try to cover my mouth with my hand. I hate doing that now. So whatever it is, even, I wish I could have, been this secure and practiced this before that. But even now, it's still an insecurity and it's something that I've taken full ownership of, something that nobody could ever make me feel bad about. Someone wants to call me horse mouth or any of those things, get a good little chuckle off, but it doesn't hurt me. Like it literally does nothing. You throw a stone at me and it just, crumbles into dust. So, whatever your insecurity is, if you feel like you're uncomfortable with your weight, or you're uncomfortable with your financial status, or you're uncomfortable because you're single, start thinking about like what the scariest situation could be in that scenario. Another one of my insecurities, guys, I'm 31 and I'm single and I don't have any kids, right? The world has tried to scare me into that being like the most scary, terrifying thing. I also have a cat. So, like, I guess you could say I am the typical single cat lady living alone. But when I think about that and I break that down, the way that I've taken ownership over that insecurity is like, that's not a scary thing to me at all. It's actually just like a fantasy. It's my biggest dream come true. I love cats. They're so beautiful. They're so soft and so fluffy and so cute and so adorable. And they give all of the best love. Like, why wouldn't I want to be surrounded by cats for the rest of my life? Like, you're going to really need to tell me why. This isn't to shade any other kind of lifestyle, but I've built up this kind of mindset to love and own the situation that I'm in. That way, anytime anybody tries to motivate me to do something, or, settle, or, be with a guy that doesn't treat me right because you don't want to be single and alone, do you? Like, nobody can scare me into anything. And so that's what I want you to do. Now, when I tell you it can get a little bit scary is because I even went through this. It was scary for me to reach 30 and realize that I am by myself, right? It took me a while to build up that mindset and build up that practice and build up the routines to help me really enjoy my current lifestyle to say, no, I love that. Nobody can scare me out of that. This is my choice and this is my life and this is how I'm going to live it. I could care less about what you do or what you think. This is me and I take ownership over it. So own your insecurities, my smile, my singleness, all of those things, whatever it is for you, figure out what it is, visualize that scariest situation coming to life, and then sit with it and break it down. Is it even really that scary? Most of the time, it's really not. And if you're in that situation, more than likely you've done something to put yourself in that situation. Not all the time, but I know for myself, like, I mean, I like my smile, so like I do like to like accentuate it. So if people notice it on me, it's probably because I put like bright pink lipstick on or bright red lipstick on or whatever, right? And I've left people, I've left relationships because I wasn't happy in those relationships. Could we have made it work? Who knows, right? But this singleness at this point in my life, I had some choice in it too, and I'm going to take ownership over those choices. So once you can do that, you're going to find that you are so much happier. You're getting triggered a lot less. And so now you'll have like this newfound power, this new appreciation, this new happiness in your life. So what are you going to do with it now? The next step is to make sure that you create and defend this newfound power and this newfound sense of self. Now, you have to be careful here because if you get too happy in this space and you start to build yourself up, the ego might come into play there. So, this is why we want to make sure that we harness that power and we find something to defend or something to drive forward. This could be your career. This could be a nonprofit that you want to participate in. This could be a sports thing. This could be a creative outlet. Anything that it is that brings you joy, where you can take that new confidence that you've built in owning your insecurities and push it with everything that you have. People say, I don't want to do it this way. You say, yes, I'm going to do it this way because this is my way. And I've studied, I've put in this many hours of work. And so I'm going to defend it by any means necessary. And I'm not going to back down because you can't take that power away from me. That, I mean, guys, seriously, if you can put that type of power behind, a nonprofit, behind gathering volunteers, behind your new project, you're going to be completely unstoppable. So at this point, you figured out how to own your insecurities. You've leaned into those insecurities, and a lot of times those insecurities will turn into your favorite thing about you. Your new favorite thing about you is what you're going to use to drive your creativity. Now, with all of this newfound power, all of this confidence, you're going to start to feel the need to start planning everything, right? Because you can figure it out. You've, got all this confidence in the world. Things should go X, Y, and Z in this order. I'm going to encourage you to just take a pause and don't let that get out of control. Because the same way that you took ownership over those insecurities, the same way that you've been able to put all of that willpower into driving whatever creativity or project, whatever it is that you're going to defend with your newfound power, you need to learn to trust the process. Those same things that you were doing before is what's going to bring you to the next level. You don't have to know the outcome up front. I'm telling you, all you have to do is stick to your routine. The only plan that you need is your new behaviors and your new practices and owning your insecurities and defending yourself and your creativity and your project by any means necessary. That is it. And I'm telling you guys, these three things are so powerful. There's so many books that break this down, why this is important, why this actually works in terms of human behavior and all of those different psychology pieces. And I'm more than happy to share some of those. I'll actually put some of my favorites in the description below. But if you liked this topic, you thought that the tips were helpful, please comment, like, subscribe, and let me know. And also, if there's any other topics or things that you'd like me to break down, I'm happy to do so.